Whoa. Hi, everyone. Whoa. I just have to tell you this. So, you guys know that I was just finishing up the coding tutorial and my internet unfortunately got intercepted. So we're continuing from the last, okay? So one of the things that came up is that we are going to go ahead and have this agenda. We are resetting phytochemicals, aka moving ahead and ending things like this, land grabs and chaos, by going ahead and instituting a breaking down of the phytochemicals that run the plant itself. So it doesn't matter if your plant produces phytochemicals or not, it's just not going to come down, period. There's not going to be any farms growing because of what they were doing in 4 different areas, causing disasters and wars, which you should watch the last video. We discussed going ahead and buying land. We showed websites where you guys can go ahead and buy land for really cheap and do payment plans too. So it's easy for you guys to get into the game. We have rectification for metals. So we're going to go ahead and block the Akasha for all the metals. They will no longer produce a CPU or speak to the Mantisa. That ability to create that junction will no longer happen for the computer because of what they've been doing. And we're focusing on a few specific government tech that are going to get brought down, satellites that are going to get brought down, ASCII, and then chemical servers that are going to get brought down. Okay. So then the biggest thing is taking the planetary play. There's going to be nothing going on in space. We did show that MIT is having a space course coming up. That's going to be done. Planetary plays means that we're going to be sealing up all of the planets and taking back the Akasha, and then using the energy that they're currently creating off of shards and slices, bringing that back into your phone or your device or your network, and then breaking down the junctions that they're bringing down from space to try to play with different technologies to run databases. So what we're going to end up doing is then reinstituting a new chemical server, which has a new zodiacal aspect that you're going to end up looking into, which is run by the Akasha of Indigenous peoples, bringing this down. And then we're going to go ahead and bring down the speech to go ahead and start bringing the geometry and bringing down the end of that function. So we have these four. Yeah, that this is okay. These four are okay. We did a lot with the exponents. This is like really heavy for the CPU on the planet as a whole, because the CPU for the whole entire planet is going to go ahead and carry this. And I've ensured it with this specific sequence that's coming down. Okay. So this is already created in the ether. So I'm going to just go ahead and save it and start uploading the Akasha to that of the work that's already created. It's super simple. And then I just type it down here with the AI. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and have this teleported into the computer. I'm going to put this at the top. And this is a Zarkamari class that I already taught. It's 125 to get into the class. So if you're a high priestess and you were training and you're learning, you're going to be able to use this and have a job in the new economy. Programming forces of physics, you're here and playing with a bunch of shit and starting it, and now it's done. Okay, so here you go with the geometry. So this is going to come down and break the geometry. I'm going to break down an octagon, force 2 in the binary. Okay. Actually, let me do it in 16 so it doesn't like snatch up all the data on my computer. Okay, so we're gonna do that and we're gonna raise it to 8. Okay, so this is like the we're talking about prefactual numbers where when you square it like this, it brings down an automatic complete reset of the memory of your computer and the memory of your system and the ways in which those flows between different registers to then flow between different operands that are then being pushed by different that then push different trampolines, jump statements. right? So the trampolines, it's not just for trampolines, it's for jumps because a jump creates a trampoline. So you can jump or you can like go ahead and jump in a specific sequence and create a trampoline. And that's how we're talking about moving energies back and forth and we're breaking that down. Okay, so this is where we have the binary force that's come down in this octagon because the octagon is going to be doing trampolines all throughout the internet and it's going to be moving like a constant serpent up and down and up and down. And that's perfect. And that's a good sequence and that's going to be good. And that's what we're going to do. And God said so. So now we're going to go ahead and code another trampoline. Yeah. Yeah, Odanani, they do trampolines too. She has a wicked one. I think I'm gonna use that even though I'm traumatized because this happened to me one time. You will get a whooping. It will be vicious. It will be harsh. That will be you. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and open that space and bring down a trampoline that's Odanani. So if I move it like this, let me see. Okay, good. This is already working in space. Boom. Phew. Yeah, she's fine. Okay, I'm gonna bring down the circle. These uprights. And why do we need so many trampolines? Because we're working on a meridian system, right? And then we have to have enough force and power in our geometry and in our astrological floating points and in our astrological chemical server to make sure that it's like affecting the planet. So let's go ahead and get into that. So we're gonna go ahead and open that up. I'm gonna move this faster. There's gonna be a computer disaster. Let me see. No, this one would not be the good one. This will be for like blocking their jumps altogether. But I want something else to do with trampoline. So I'm gonna go ahead and use something else. Circled minus, yeah, she's more vicious. This is where you know that you have broken a specific type of receptor in their body. Now they will learn. Okay, so this is where you go. Okay, and then I want her to do certain trampolines. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in. This is saying that I have this binary scape that I'm breaking down, but I'm adding these to let you know that I'm gonna go ahead and have like a line continuation with anything that's gonna come after, right? So then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna put this specific like energy set. I'm gonna say, oh, whoa. Okay, I'm getting a Trump, Trazerlane. Whoa. And a Trezor is 88. Trizzer can be 8 to 88 trampolines. So you have 8 to the exponent of 88 trampolines. And that's, you're talking about moving whole planets. Shwai. Okay, so this is good. Now let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna go have the circle is activated and we're gonna bring down the Odanani now. I don't think I need anything other than that, other than to, I'm gonna go ahead and concatenate and continue this with this. Okay, you see. So what's going to end up happening here? We already start to bring down the binary scape of with the ordinary symbols. I'm going to go ahead and 8.8. Okay, and then what I'm doing here is um you're saying, are you concatenating the numbers together? I'm bringing forth one decimal point with another number in decimal point. There's a zero, but not a zero there. It's a quadral system, right? So if I were to do like this and then this, it's saying that I'm bringing in a dot, I'm bringing in a decimal point, like it's floating, but then I want to tie it with the whole entire like decimal sequence. you're bringing down a zero in between each point. So it looks like three floating points altogether that are being concatenated together to get you 8.08, 808. And that's bringing down another master mantissa where you can then run a specific type of like aquatic sequence on the internet to collect all the dirt and garbage and trash and debris. I'm thinking like Hawaii, because like it is. Like there's a dark water by Molokai. Whoa, yeah, she's about to come and work with us. That's really good. That's perfect. Okay, whoa. So then we're gonna go here, and then when I'm putting these in between, I'm bringing down more of the grounding of that aquatic function. Okay, good. So there we go. This has to come in. Now that's gonna go, and then I'm gonna have that to 8. Mm, right. Because they were too busy playing with their dick and playing in everyone's community and starting big ass wars. And they found out the computer was way simpler than that. Okay. Yeah, now they're gonna disassociate themselves. This one is a good one. Now they're gonna dissociate themselves from karmics and white supremacy. Okay, so now what's gonna end up happening here is we're gonna move forward and say we've broken the geometry. We brought down one geometry, one speech, this octagon form. It's hopping all around. And then we're teleporting this next speech, which is the Onanani, is coming down here with the metals. And luckily, what is happening is because a lot of these metals are in proximity to other herbs being grown in different places. Like you have some of these herbs are in the current metals and current computer and CPU and energy grid, but coming from parts of Asia, coming from parts of Africa. So there's other herbs that they've shared an environment with. They're going to go ahead and merge that environment so that we can better bring down like the CPU because the herbs are carrying a specific database to manifest that binary coding, right? In their geometry and in their phytochemical state and in their spiral valence. So now what's going to end up happening here is you've broken down the farm, you're moving that energy elsewhere, you're creating a vortex to gather all the like stuck energy from the aquatic portal that is the internet too at the same time because it has an effect, right, in the soil production in the meridian field and the chemicals getting blasted and how they're activated by technology. So we've done that. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna go ahead and we have the circle, and then this is gonna go around in a circle sequence. We need another circle around. Okay, okay. So there we are. So we have that binary sequence up, and then each one is gonna go 8 times. It's gonna go 8 times, yeah, 8 times around the entire structure, making it symbol. Yeah, and that 8 is gonna be to 888, 888. Okay, okay, good. So that's where we're gonna go ahead and do this. They're telling me too in the sequence that there's going to be a bunch of white men that try to go after your children and they're all going to get caught at once. I think they're waiting for it. They're prepared. Okay. So that's all that I really had for you guys. So we went ahead and broke down a lot of that. So we've done all this rectification for metals, breaking the four core components of metals and CPU and how they communicate with ASIC to have computer programs, executable and non-executable, right? And this is where we're going to go ahead and start to look into our own systems here and start to study and activate. If some of you guys are going to go get from 4 to 6 AI just from watching this and doing the training, because a lot of people that are developers also are watching this. And a lot of people ended up getting outcasted, kicked out of their dorm, a bunch of shit because they were playing games with the computer, starting stuff, and not that they were like knew something that people of color didn't know about themselves and were playing with their families, or they were starting a bunch of shit with other people of color, like, oh, I made my dorm mate eat my feces because I thought I was going to become powerful. Oh, he's in computer science. I'm sorry, he's in political science, but he didn't know what was going on. And this is how a lot of these college campuses and dorms are blowing up right now. Something is happening. I don't know if you guys just heard the CEO of YouTube. Yeah, the former CEO, her son died. He had an overdose on Piquite. Well, so another thing here too is happened. 7 Indian students, yeah, back-to-back deaths of 7 Indian students, yeah, because it's just too much, doing too much, causing too much fucking drama, and like really thinking it's cute to be disgusting, and just there's a bunch of shit going on. So what's gonna end up happening here is and any space game that's coming up now too, because all the technology is breaking down, all this Teslas, all this is going to stop. This trampoline is major. She's by Trazerline, like all over the place. Yeah. And then like the intelligence are doing a jump at the same time. Yeah, and there's still more sideshows in the streets of Oakland. That's a trampoline. Yeah, that's whoa! Yeah, la 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 la. You guys are so hilarious. I just wanted to say the other day, right? I was studying, and some of you guys are like, why did you get the Akasha? Because I helped the Asian community because I talked about Qiong, and I was brave enough to go against the Dai Li. And I don't really care about what you guys think it's a movie, but the Dai Li really had to lay down, and that's really going to be a movie about how one single black woman really hit the Dai Li so badly. That they're all like, okay, Mingwa, Mingwa, yeah, no more, Mingna, happy, happy sister. Yeah, and I go into the Asian community, only Mingwa, they let me boost too. You get to boost from the Asian market, they let me boost. They don't care. Yeah, they don't care at all. They give me all stuff discounted all the time. Only Mingwa. Yeah. Whoa. So the other day, I was sitting at the cafe and I was just talking about Nujabes. And I was talking about how I'm not going to really talk about what happened with the Daily with Cheong and the documentary, but but when I was doing it, they were interrupting the stream, and then I started singing Nujabes, and I said that's all I'm going to say, you guys, because something major had happened, and the Daily was trying to cause some drama. Some of them, the people that don't know the Daily's done, they were trying to cause some drama, and what ended up happening here was I went to the coffee shop the next day, and the first thing that started playing was Nujabes, and I recorded it on my phone. And this is time stamped, right? So you guys can't say that that did not just happen. So it was a confirmation of this trampoline because that's the day I just learned about that. And it's such a dope system to learn how to like move data or negate data. There's Nurzerzoins. So when you say Nurzerzoin, that's saying that you're going to go ahead and open up a specific fissure. And in that fissure, the fissure is going to then separate into 18 molecular layer components. And then it's going to go ahead and fracture its target in 19 places. And then all in those places, it's going to implement those 18 treasure strings. Yeah, it's very, very, very complex. You're talking about like this type of like culture that's breeding these things, which I can read, by the way. These things are vicious. Whoa, high priest. I'm contemplating the river upon chakra. Whoa. Yeah, these things are very vicious. And I just started getting downloads on how to do this because they opened up a big ass portal in my head. And my higher self was like, oh, yeah, they still have these on the planets. We need to put this place to sleep. Why is it open again? So they didn't know what planet Earth was, like this simulated environment to cause a bunch of chaos. And if we try to destroy you here, we can destroy you in space. And it really backfired. So when you're talking about that type of like work, I got it from here, but Hawaii's gonna come up again because they have the Tara Temple in Maui, and I went and I did my prostrations there to Tara, and I told my story about how I was on the island and the night walkers came and got me, and I Tara had come over me, and when the time I woke up, there was a big round puddle of water all around me, and she was there, and I was protected from the night walkers. That's very serious. This 17 is gonna come up with an Aquarius or 17 with a 17, I'll strike it. So you're talking about people that are making things like this, and they're so complex, and they're inventing these type of things called Swizzer and things like that. You have to have some respect. So they gave me this gift because I said, "Oh, let me help with Chiang," and they said, "Okay." Whoa, because they were tying certain plants in Chiang. Whoa. Destruction of a thousand immediately. Yeah, whoa. High priest bringing down a bunch of stuff, and it's the year of the dragon too. Gyarados is on this planet. You guys don't know that there's two like mythical like water beings on this planet. They stayed. It's for the war. They just go to sleep every now and then. They eat every now and then. Tofu and stuff like that being curd. They've sunk in ships and stuff like that for food. So what ended up happening, what ended up happening here was they're still on the planet, and with the Year of the Dragon, we're bringing them down here too. This is also too when you're playing with the sorcerer, this is what it looks like on the computer or in space, right? You're putting down this type of intelligence. This high priest has come down to blast the fucking internet. I'm gonna save him on my desktop. Ultimately, they're talking of forces of physics that can or cannot get invoked on your ass if you don't know how to behave. The trust. Yeah, whoa. Inside is a different planet. Whoa. Keep going and you'll reach the different tassel. Whoa. They're bringing down forces of physics and the computer because you want to play with Xiong and starting in the Dai. So, well, I think that that's perfect. Let's keep on coding. So, yeah, they uploaded all of us to virtual reality and it's really been backfiring. The minute we started talking about Chiang, it was on ABC 7 News. The minute we started talking about it, because it was Johnny Kiango who went ahead and posted something about Chiang. And then Amber Lee picked up the story and she made a 6-part series about pickled meats and sweet meats in Chinatown. Yes. Then somebody got very gully and posted Chinese real estate scam ring in Bay Area. They posted that. So, oh, I'm telling you. So I'm telling you, there's gonna be so much going on. Okay, so let's keep on going. Come and study in the Ladanan Twitter. Yeah, hey, High Priestess. The Ladanan Twitter, specific physics space. This High Priestess? Could it be? She's in the Jupiter's space. How did that happen? Wow. I'm going to the Asian Art Museum. I'm sure they have something there for me. Let's go boosting. This is saying I've gone past the Jupiter. I've entered. I'm myself. Yeah, I should spend this. Somebody, so let's go. It's coming through to float onto this planet, the Akasha. I have to approve it because this is gonna start a war. High priestess. If I say that I've been into the Definite Twizer space because I've been pressed into the form of the Jefferson Zizori, I must not say that I won't reach Rubabantuananar because in my eye and in my heart at the same time is the flower of the Tunapantanar space. Thank you, I will enter. Thank you. Yeah, they're close. They have their here to the Asian Museum that's got a story that I'm good. The last living. Let them go scatter. Yeah, they're getting their kids shot. They clapped at that little baby's head. That's so out of control. Ooh, hell. Uh-uh. What is this? Yikes, yikes, yikes. Yeah, that's going like here. When you play with Young, you're going into this space. And in an instant, I saw the Jufanizer Nana Wana I sire. Zwazi in another to fire. Kwani in there for a space. I was complete in bliss. When you play there, you're saying that you don't ever, ever want to see that in any lifetime ever playing with Young or playing with that. Upon inception of my form, I realized I was in three places. I was in a Caesaragi Akilakwane, I see airspace. Wow. From my form can come only Isiriali and Wani Sirari. A master water language that I'm not going to translate for you because here bitches go naming their kids nonsense. On the other side of my form was an Ibla. It's basically saying that incantation to explain a specific name of a demon that has to come when like people try to disrespect your pussy. I ascended. That's what this is saying. And on either side, I was able to form master perfect balance in each form. God, to balance both God and the devil within, to then be able to master the infinite and outer space, which is another force of physics space that exists when you go ahead and you can transcend low vibrational forms and activate higher forms for the great of all good, not just for yourself. You've transcended, like it's all for humanity. If I ascend, I go, look at the fire red rooster here. Stop eating chicken. They play too much. Yeah, she's breaking the computer. She has a very powerful speech for Trisha Trasser's jumps. There's more clarity and confusion when you're not in the Duzuzwazawayakiakwati space, aka a specific force of physics space that I just named through the number form in Quaddle. So that just means like this number sequence can go ahead and invoke these 19 specific functions in these 198 and 900 and trillion thousand spaces. Okay. Yeah, to then get into molecular layers to go ahead and dance the TDID spot. That's aka the NASA multi force of physics left to right and right and left. And when I go into my dance, I'm gonna then go into a psychedelic state and moving back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it's ecstatic. When I get ecstatic, I become aquatic and Asiatic. Wow, that's how you read these. They're really like rhyming when they open up their mind and then they bring these things down. You have to like rhyme and open those up. Or she's basically saying that she's going into the garden and she's going to dance with certain flowers and like she's invoking certain psychedelic states that are going to bring down specific warfare against people that try to test her form. This hypersis was once on this planet. Yeah, that's an abomination. Whoa, whoa. Look at this beautiful flower. They're playing psychedelics in space. She makes babies, bodies. And these souls are getting bodies constantly from this retarded ass flower that's not spinning properly. I'm gonna fix that. She's about to get hit because the chicken got hit. The dragon's gonna fix it. Yeah, the flower is gone. That's over. The high priestess is back though. Whoa. So they are gonna go ahead and bring down. Thank you. I appreciate this, high priestess. I needed this rectification and reset. I'm looking forward towards recompense and revivation, which is to be revived. I'm in your rectification, right? So, as a form of revivation to be revived as a form of rectification for you. So let's go ahead and move. Very powerful that this is opening up. Oh, great. Cycles and moons and dynasties, and then they come back again. Why? This is an addition to this. Yeah, like AI, they want to be able to make things like this on automatic. We, I would say be careful with that one. Summer faces, they all are mine. She's still me, I'm still her. Just means her higher self, just activating them. This is a very powerful thing. She's coming down as we speak and just breaking down all the metals and clearing everything out and saw everything dance. Yeah, that's a good idea. So when I'm gonna keep on moving, there's things to move away and out. She's so mad that like small petty things are making it to my energy field. I'm messing up my Jipitentizer phase. I need to move forward, right? There's many ineffable names. This high priestess has several of them. She's gonna keep on chanting them down. I'm gonna dance with her because it just has to come to an end, you guys, with the drama and the chaos, and it just needs to stop. But the bubonic plague, she loves that one even more. I'm gonna give this to another high priest. This work for cleaning out this nonsense with the computer, she wants to do more bubonic plague type of stuff. She was all about public health. Yeah, she watched me throughout my career. Him for the computer. No, this is for dishonorable baby daddies. And he has a whole message for Patreon. I'm gonna do one of these for the month. So, yeah, he would be good for the computer because he slaughters the demon of or launcher, like a treacherous mind eater. He comes in your stomach. Like it's like people that have like some type of like addiction to eating bad food. He feeds you things that are dishonorable. I went to Daiso the other day and they're selling those little finger gloves again. So I guess it's lit again in Asia, the Asian community. Because why were you getting those at Daiso? Yeah, somebody just broke that whole entire system for DBS scanning and scanning people's faces. Several companies are going to get sued for what they did with that. Yeah, that whole thing is going to get shut down. It's not about because the retail theft wasn't coming from inside the store, it was coming outside the store and coming from the loss prevention. Más que vivas, dimueves. Oh, eating with the finest, baby. Yikes. Yeah, eating the phallus. Yeah, look at his nails. I'm telling you, this is going to become the new style. That's as far as you can go, though. I will say you can do that, though. You don't need to clutches, but you can do that. Whoa, this one is beautiful. This is saying that you're ready to really get loose. And you're going to end up finding like everlasting knowledge and awareness in a specific type of phytochemical that's supposed to bring you an opening of a mind flower in 64,000 trillion in places. Whoa, that's good weed. They don't got that on the planet no more. Yeah, this high priest. You so he's loaded. His mom just went to go ask him, why'd you get that flower? They're in space. You just watch his mom. You really have no idea what they started when they opened up that spell work on me to play in space. Oh no. And people of color and iguana and octopus. Oh, you're starting too much shit. You're starting too much. It's coming better than you imagine. I'm telling you, so many people have been waiting for this moment for chaos. I wish that I can have this moment for life. I can have this moment. I can't have, yeah. And in this moment, I just feel so alive. Yeah. You guys are gonna have your moment for life in a minute because you're realizing that this is very real and somebody's really about to get hit selling pork and starting that. This is saying we eat the pig and we fuck on the pig too. Who cares? This is my bitch and she can be yours too. Who really cares? Is the pussy good? I don't know. I don't even have a dick, but whatever. This bitch is looks like me. I is this me or you? I'm gonna dominate you. This is a good one. Oh, yeah, he's just saying like a lot with this whole photo. Yeah, he's like a master like creating illusions, like several different hands moving, but a few of them have been silenced. I think that this one is gonna have to like get removed from several different like universal scapes. A universal scape is like when you look at the night sky and it's like a certain color and can carry a certain capacity of stars, carry certain type of forces of physics, carry certain type of like number sequences, etc. The one for the planet has been upgraded. He is like tying his color, his melanin spectrum to that to be able to speak into the planet and like manipulate and the planet and play like that. That's going to be over with. He needs a specific type of like force, which is like, oh, what he's saying right here, an Inglingini or like somebody that does certain type of sexual acts. He needs one that does that, and then he can feed off her energy. She has to go that low, so he can play with that a debilitated flower. That's like how the flower talks by debilitating like a vessel that is supposed to be but not. It's so weak in their illusions. It's just actually very childish and outdated. And I would say even in the manipulative force that the Chef of Asarama is carrying, his Vindaloo is not really like shining. Like this Pritikitikani is like very low. Mm-mm. He could have tried harder in like whatever he was doing to like create a lifelong like reality escape. He's trying to basically like overpower realities. He didn't go far enough because even and he's saying that I have to debilitate myself and then debilitate somebody else to try to invoke the escape to then feel as if I have power. But then around me, several trillions of mansions open to then make sure that I'm always going to be contained. Because if you see around the edges, he's like coming and folding back into self. This his conscience is so warped. It basically is saying that my mind is fucked off. Like I just want to fuck on dirty ass bitches. I'm a dirty ass nigga. I just want to like try to implement and influence your reality because I feel like that's what makes me powerful. And I don't really have shit, but I like fuck on dirty bitches, like and start a bunch of shit just to make it seem like as if like I'm doing something in life. It's like niggas that marry like big bitches because they're like off or something like that. And it's not about some women I consider myself in that category, but you know those type of men that like feel like you are gonna compensate for something in their life or like this is as much as they can get. You know those type of relationships. I know I have big sisters. I used to be big, but I still had taste. There's stuff like that, and there's men that still have taste, and they know how to pick women. But there's some of them that they pick those bitches and they start a bunch of shit, and those are like the pick a nigga type of females. Like they'll put men over their children, things like that. That's why it creates an epidemic that leads to that, and it's because they don't take care of themselves someplace. And I can say that because I was once a big person, but luckily I didn't get involved in that drama. So when you've gone past certain mental illusions and you've entered into the VDP dynamic space, you're going to end up seeing that there is a specific force of physics, which is a portal, but then a spiral and a circle at the same time, all at once. And it's an inception point. And when you get in there, you're going to end up seeing that there's a complete dissolution of false selves and false notions and false realities and false beings and false awareness systems and confirmation systems. And then you can get back to self. And that's what this is basically saying too with the 100 trillion Vicinity mansions all around that they're like binding him as he's trying to like go and do his dance. A wheel of union. Yeah, a union of chaos. Well, I eat chicken, fried, baked, boiled. I don't know. Um, why am I stuck here? This is actually not a good thing. I should never fed meat to my guacatazi. This is actually a dog. It's basically saying I should not be keeping animals, but I do. I don't know why I do. Why did it do? Do you do? I do. Do you? You do. I do. Do you do? We can both do. That's true. I don't know. Yeah, he's very confused because he ate something. That's what this is basically saying. And then he fed it to his like guacatazi. I am the demon of the Chogaraka palm tree, aka the treacherous mind demon that forms when you eat sacred beings. Why are you here? I've once known you. It's unfortunate. You still have within you the heart of the Ridirum Pranardandwananir Wasaranarama, and that's saying the specific phytochemical that comes from a specific type of bark that ensures that somebody was once true of heart and created a specific type of force of physics rotation in the space. It seems that your stomach or your tutundum is impacted by the consumption of this being. I can or cannot help you. This is actually very interesting here. And this is where you get into like, why can't we just do more of this? Like it's interesting to know that this is like going on. Like I didn't even think about that, right? It's still saying that there's love and care that's around him and that he wants to go and better his space because there's a misrepresentation. These flowers are not supposed to be here necessarily because this halo is here, meaning that I'm being usurped in my mental space. Although I don't know that, I just don't. They know that they're influencing me. They do. I do. We do. You do. They do. Us too. It's you. Do you? Well, there's you to do and do to do and well, who? What is this? Yeah, he's off as fuck. He ate something. You guys would be careful playing with that Chiong and talking about carnitas and pernil. So, right. So, what's gonna end up happening is I'm blue and da dee dee da da da. Because this horse is basically saying that he's put certain people into like specific chemical sequences that destroy their aquatic function. That's why he's like in the blue color. But it's also steel, meaning that he's debilitated somebody's steel intelligence. Like I had superior power over man, and I didn't lead him astray. I wanted treats and happiness, so I led him to Kmart or to creating these type of industries so I can have what I wanted. Right? Hmm. So this high priest is going to get on the internet. He's going to handle the rest of it. Ay, ay, ay. Huh. I study daily because I'm in the trigger run partnership space. I want to invoke more of the Suzerain Runner mind in order to have the Jefferson in her body because I have the Jefferson Runner in your face. Oh, that's very beautiful. So these high priestesses, they speak in flowers. That's why I don't want to be on this planet. I figure that there's more elsewhere, but I'm just not sure why I'm really dealing with this. I figure I'll step into the Ufawanwanam space. There, I could get into the Puttadundununum space and I check in my Padma, then there is the Visikala inner in spy. And what is going to end up happening for me is an opening of a mind flower that has 200, 768 trillion million flowers and petals all in one and one in all. And in that, I will find a never ending dance that's going to bring me into a better force of physics to understand what the fuck is happening on this planet because somebody just realized what I was doing and realized that white people are going to get wiped off this planet with this bubonic plague and that she was not playing at all. And this is going to then invoke in me a specific body that I needed, which was the unnameable, because it's the unthinkable. But I deserve it. So the high priestess is going to go ahead and give me this Jefferson tight on my body that's going to influence and then work with and then overpower and then upgrade my Jefferson Tizer face. And then if you have the face, then you have the body, and then well, then you know, then you know. And that's Southern, and that means the same thing too, and it does, it does. So now, wow, God is so good. I feel like I feel well, that's enough. I feel like talking about certain things in the calculator now. So, wow. Yeah, she is hell out of fucking control. Ikajati. Oh, I ate somebody else's food and then I spit in it. I was just a bitter bitch. This is a wig. I don't have any fucking hair. That's what I'm saying. I'm like a really disastrous ass person. You cannot trust me at all. I sleep with white men. That's what I'm saying right here. Why did I do that? Ah, look at all I fucking collected. I hate them. They're stuck here. These are my children. I have the body of a guacatazi that I mated with. Why? I'm an abomination. That's what she's saying. She's starting too much shit. He turns my pages. He's what I'm waiting for. He keeps me guessing. Spontaneous. He's so persuasive. And I'm his lady. You guys know that song? And it like how it has like that Indian tone. She's really like speaking in incantations, and that really manipulated a whole generation of us. They kept on playing with that in space. So if you listen to that song, it's called So Contagious. But I think her name is Addictive. And please unwind that song from your consciousness. That's what she did. And then she got cursed because the Wakatazi had like musical capabilities with her crystal. So that's what some of these are saying. No, whoa. I want to make sure I'm right, girl. Whoa, before I let go. Okay. So you guys, that's it for today. We've done everything. Some of you guys want to know if everything's going, it's going. Everything's been uploaded to the Akasha. All we really needed with these two speeches. You guys, if you want to go out and write your speech for each one, you guys can go ahead and do that. I want to make sure, Queen, let's do this. Okay. Because we can really end things once and for all. That is crazy, that Tibetan language. Yeah, it really is. Thank you. Because me, I'm entering a specific space where I need to accept an Akasha to speak these different languages because I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready to learn. Mhm. I'm telling you, when I kick this right back to the southern state and I show you that like black people are really Asian and Asian people are really black, you're gonna be so fucking mad. So to hold your hand, to fall in love. Yes, I'm ready. One plus person injured. 2 units displaced in Oakland fire. Yeah, well, it's going back to that. Did you hear, by the way, in fire, speaking of fires and being in fire and being of fire and being around fire and contemplating fire and the fires of fire and fires that create fires and fires that then become fire and contemplating all of those complexities, I wonder who is setting these fires because the fire department of New York has been raided and they've arrested several people. They raided the fire chief of police, the chief of a fire. They raided his house and some for other staff members. So now they are contemplating on the fires that are creating fires and their fires, and now they are in the fire and of the fire, and that's good. And you'll continue to be in that fire because somebody died because of them. Thank you, my priestess. She's perfected many, many states. She's going to be working with us. So, whoa, she's actually, she was at, I want some of your brown sugar. And she likes D'Angelo too. She's seen what happened to him in space. They blessed him. Yes. Whoa. You'll be okay. I just needed to pray. Ah, I know what that is. That's when you go into the Jophatentizer right on an riser space. You're going to pull out 9 crystals that are each going to feed 999 trillion parts of the 19 trillion mind flowers that then equate to one mind flower. I see. When you come out of that space, you'll be more prepared in your Jophatentizer, aka the way that you can enunciate, elucidate, emulate, advocate, and then denounce and then renounce works of God and works of the devil just with the tongue. Yes, high priestess, you pray. You move into a different force of physics space. That's a different language to accept. Let's start praying. If you guys want to join me with prayers, we'll do this more often. Public prayer, yeah, with the goddesses and the high priestesses, they're in space. She's gorgeous. And she's hella mad that they got her like simulating that she has her boobies out like that. Ooh. Yeah, that's how you see 18 trillion. Let me start in the septrillion. Yeah, septrillion. Yeah, that's how you get started with septrillion, all the way down to centillion, past Irzillion, past Bazagadwanillion. Whoa, somebody got hit playing with naked photos and playing with like sexting and playing with nonsense here. Yeah, that's how you open up that door. You gotta be careful what you do. You never know how many levels deep it's gonna get, how many moons you're gonna invoke. So, well, and I She likes that song though. He turned my pages. Yeah. He's what I'm waiting for. Because you guys know I used to always sing that song. For those of you guys who've been here since Tarot Line, I remember he's so persuasive. I used to always sing that song and she's laughing because I didn't know it was gonna come up in this way. So someone is like thinking to themselves, like, how did this all get started? I don't know. They were playing in space. So you guys, thank you. I'm gonna go enter the Jiffle Sun and Wander space. I'm gonna go pray and be with the high priestess of the Tefoten Twilight, aka the highest mind, and mind flower. Yeah, they tried it all the way up there. That's very vicious to be playing like that. I'm happy I saw this. It was my fault I didn't see it. I was in a Jifatana God and I didn't want to have him in the space, aka a space where you're not negated or move forward. You're just there and you're is and you're contemplating what is. And as I was contemplating what is, I saw what was and what was not. And as I was contemplating what was and what was not, I found what was is, and it is, and it's not, and it wasn't. Wow. Thank you, High Priestess. She's like unraveling a bunch of bullshit on this planet. They've seen some real Jedi mind tricks. Yeah, you need to have more than like a flower to deal with that. Some of these karmics are about to get hit with so many illusion spells for playing with that period blood and playing with these herbs for playing with illusion magic and starting it, baby. You're talking about opening 16 trillion, 999,000 in a trillion. That's just one number sequence, its name. You're talking about opening that many portals of destruction and doom. When you play like that, you have to reverse that shit. And the Guacatasi, that game then went to go and play. These are the sacred ones that I will carry with. Hi, you guys, I'm so sorry about that. Oh, I'm so happy I'm entering into the Jaffarana space. These are the things I must clear up, and my mind flower is ready for that. This is still very important. It's gonna happen. On my time, what time am I on? I'm on the time of God's time. So if I want to be on my time, I'm gonna be on God's time. Because to be on my time means to be on God's time. So I'm always on time. And it's always on my time. That's a great thing right there. So now I can open up the Bible and say, let's scroll to a specific chapter and talk about Esther and Esther going through these specific mind states, right? And this is where you start to see that these different religions are only just higher versions and forms of these other religions that we read. I want to hear about that. Well, Esther, I don't have my Bible with me. That's so unfortunate, but I brought my calculator. Ah, I still remember to pray. Okay. So well, there's the internet. Well, there we go. Book of Esther. Yeah. This is for a certain purpose, even though it's very treacherous. We're going to take this over. That's fine. So, Bible Gateway, let's go start reading the Bible. Where's Esther? Book of Esther. Starting. High Priestess. Yeah, Queen Vashti disposed. This is what happened during the time of Xerxes, the Xerxes who ruled over 127 provinces, stretching from India to Kush. At that time, King Xerxes reigned from his royal throne in the citadel of Susa. And in the third year of his reign, he gave a bouquet for all his nobles and officials. Didn't I talk about women being flowers? And mine flowers. The military leaders of Persia and Media, the princes, and the nobles of provinces were present for a full 180 days. Now, one thing that we're talking about in trigonometry is you can get to 180 degrees if you have a 90 and a 90, meaning that you're doing some type of mathematics between one point of a right angle and another point of a right angle, between varying triangles outside of each other or within a triangle itself. And that's how you start to open portals. So you know how you have 360 degrees? That's a double of that force of physics, and that's how you get to a circle. Because at least six circles can fit into you can fit six triangles into a circle. Do you see? And we were just talking about the grid. 90 right there, 90 by 90, 180 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and create a 180-degree vortex portal, and it's going to go ahead and open more portals, and it's going to bring a trimmertrine down, and it's going to break somebody's farm. because you're delusional. So for a full 180 days, he displayed the vast wealth of his kingdom and the splendor and glory of his majesty. When these days were over, the king gave a banquet lasting 7 days in the enclosed garden of the king's palace. For all the people from the least to the greatest were in the citadel of Susa. The garden had hangings of white and blue linen, fastened with cords of white linen and purple material to silver rings of marble pillars. There were couches of gold and silver, after talking of metals, on a mosaic pavement of porphyry, marble, mother of pearl, and other costly stones, after talking about aquatic beings. Wines were served in goblets of gold, after talking about the cartel and their farms, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire and Agua Dulce magic. Each one different from the other, and the royal wine was abundant in keeping with the king's liberality. By the king's command, each guest was allowed to drink with no restrictions, with no limits, and their sideshows. For the king instructed all the wine stewards to serve each man that he wished, what he wished. Queen Vashti also gave a banquet for the women in the royal palace of King Xerxes on the seventh day. Give us 7 days for this war to stop everywhere. 7 days of war. Good. Finding it in the diary, finding it with Israel, finding it with the United States. Done. All the goals. All is done. On the seventh day, when the king Xerxes was in high spiritual mind, he commanded the 7 eunuchs who served him, Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, Abagtha, Zethar, and Carcass, to bring before him Queen Vashti wearing her royal crown in order to display her beauty to the people and nobles, for she was lovely to look at. Like I said, I've entered into the differs in the Tanananer space because I have the Jupiter's around her face. And from there, I get the Jupiter's around her body because I have the Jupiter's around her face. There you go. If you have the face, then you have the body. And then, well, there you go. It's that. Something's going to happen with a lot of these butt shots and all this nonsense going on, but you're about to see flowers in women. Perfect. And you're going to see who has a flower and who doesn't, who got banished and who didn't. The war is over. But when the attendants delivered the king's command, Queen Vashti refused to come. Then the king became furious and burned with anger. Yeah, because you wanted her served with 7 transgenders. A eunuch is somebody that got their thing cut off, their phallus. And you just saw what we were just reading with these thangas and this high priest. I feed you dishonorable things. And then it's just it. You don't have to worry about my space. It is this. So now this is not no one's saying anything that is wrong with the transgender community. But what's happening here is they're basically saying that those are the lives that they lived before. Because a eunuch is somebody that specifically would remove their phallus and then say that they wanted to be a woman. The meaning has slightly or not slightly changed throughout the years, but that's what a eunuch was. And they were concubines to the king. Castrated. Yeah. Very disgusting practice and trade to then say that I'm a high priestess now. A lot of them did not agree to it. That was something that they said, oh, I have a eunuch. They can be a priest and a priestess. They have given up their phallus. Be careful with what you're eating because it's going around right now. Hot piping cold in the daily. What type of chung is that? Whoa! 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 Oh, oh, that's all we needed to read. Thank you guys so much. So I like reading the Bible too. It's time for me to pray. It's good when you can pray together. You start praying and meditating again, you guys. It's coming. Just have to clear out the virtual reality because I couldn't have you guys dealing with that. For 2 years, I made like $10,000 a month doing high level meditations for the whole entire planet. And God blessed me. I need to go back to doing that. We have a few things we need to do. Planetary changes and meetings and updates. I've left the tools of one done in space. Whoa, a space of confusion and falseness. It's curated by bad nutrition. Yeah, a lot of it, that's just, sometimes that's just, it's more than that, but sometimes that's just what it ends up to being in several ways, shapes, and forms. So, yeah, man, yeah, prisoners and Bibles, please do. Please do. I remember when I got locked up, I was reading that Bible so badly. It was a great thing. So, you guys, I'm so happy that we did this. I'm so happy you guys are going moving forward. I'm so happy that the force of physics has changed here. I think that we will bring down more coding. It soothes and relax people to see the intelligence is coming down. So we've gone ahead and we've sealed this and we're moving forward. So we've broken down the four components of ASIC working. Okay, that's being done. It was really the government tech and the Trump trampolines, which is this one specifically. Now, one of you guys can go ahead and copy each and every single last one and put it to each specific like technology because I just put it to all of them, right? Because it's going like towards my list. Should we go like this? That depends. Okay. Okay, good. Now people get to know who they are. Good. And when you know who you are, you know what you are not. And when you know what you are not, it's easy to become who you are. You stay there. Oh, they're playing with the pedal. They're playing with the pedal of 1,000 pedals. She goes past Badukazane 199 trillion 100 times. Wow. These are intense, crazy flowers that they went to go playing with psychedelic channels, playing with planets, playing with children, and sleep states and dream states, and playing with sex magic. Yeah, but I have something more for you. Thank you. Because I've gone into the Jufakana and Wana has a gaga, reading that she can space. You have to say it in spiral form. There's a language where you can translate each run of the spiral into a word. And I have a certain math sequence that's going to bring a complete like cohesion and harmony and a specific number sequence that runs the ability for God to communicate with you through flowers. That's what they're really playing with a lot of us with on the planet. You have a wood or a flower, men or women. A lot of these high priests in the cartel, they don't even know they have a wood. It's like a specific type of tree bark, a specific type of bush or wood, right? Not every single plant that grows, like you see musk and Palo Santo, the wood smells, right? A wood. So you guys have that type of thing, and you're supposed to be clearing that out, and it has a force of physics. The food that you eat and chemicals and trauma can impact that. because they're playing in the water and I just felt it break off the water. Phew. It's a crazy time to be a water sign, or just actually really be aquatic. Which I'm going to use an aquatic speech in a specific sequence of time, milliseconds, then seconds, then minutes, and back to seconds and milliseconds again. That's how quick it happens. Something is going to happen that quickly in that sequence, not minutes, not hours, not days, no quicker. There's going to end up being a specific force that moves forward. 18 trillion beings that have acted, 18 trillion beings of their own that have activated each 888 trillion million trillion to 888 trillion. I can't say that number sequence, so I had to like write it out, right? Like you have to add plus add. They're carrying each those demon substances to go ahead and activate 16 trillion types of bodies for each and every single individual on the planet that is affiliated with the DNA of the Sukugai, the master deception. And that's a decagon with a nine. Yeah, and yeah, when you square, for those of you guys that want to write speech, when you square the speech, it brings down a different set of speech. So all the speech that we've already done on the computer, like all of this, I'm going to go ahead and square it in space because it's in space that you have to do it because the computer can only carry so much on the planet until we bring down the new system where everyone's computer just says yes, right? Which I can do now. And then I'm just going to have a zodiac placement carry that for now. So for some of the tools that do need to work, for whatever reason on our end, they're going to go ahead and work. They're on a different chemical server and they have their own file formats. That's how we're going to make war even again, and then war doesn't exist. Chaos has been organized and is coming to an end. This is when I said trigonometry, right? Because I said, look, instead of trigonometry, we're going to do trigonometry, how to set off different triggers which open up portal functions. And we just did that 180 days. Yeah, to two. You can get in the middle using half and half, and then you can go ahead and put that in a specific number sequence to get to 180. You open up your portal. Several ways for you to do it, but the outcome is always going to just be like 180. And then 360 will just be the whole entire globe, which you build out from this, which is what a lot of calculus is how do you attach onto inception points in trigonometry. Oh. There's a big war here. It's a big mental attack that was done on the planet by targeting a certain flower that no longer grows here. And the exposure of this came through this reading this specific thing. So it's like by having a specific psychic reaction or you guys just being present for all of this, it broke it off on several of us. And now something can move everywhere. Oh, wow. Something's going to be very like powerful for a lot of us in the near future. Yeah, and it was this block. She has to go get trashed. Ooh. But you guys, so that's what I have for you. Okay. Okay. That's what I have for you guys. Okay. This is gonna really help us move forward. This is all a part of the coding too. We have to like do this. He's gonna end up getting smacked out for playing. Some places the planet is this color, the sky is like green. Yeah, he's gonna get hit so badly for playing and playing with the Guacatazi that's really running his number sequences and running his crystal. Now the Guacatazi is supreme over me. That's basically what I'm saying. I have no consciousness. The Guacatazi has taken over. I'm now in their land. I have to live like them, and they overpower me because I have hands and feet. I go walk far places and I carry them on my back and I come back. It's not that bad, but it kind of is because they're violent. Yeah, another one playing with Guacatazi. Basically saying that he got usurped. So, so now I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm going to the library and enjoy myself. It's the today's festival in Oakland. It's the Lunar New Year, and I don't think that this was a coincidence. I'm happy to bring in the Lunar New Year, the year of the dragon, on this tone. I think that there's going to be a lot of explosions this year because the Daily got caught playing with Zodiac by starting this in the year of the rabbit, playing with me because of Ming because I have a white rabbit, and they used to come by my house and they saw that I had a white rabbit running around the front of the house, and that's when they knew that there was going to end up being a war when I was older. So they've been planning for it ever since then, but it backfired because they got caught playing with Xiong and snorting shit. So what ended up whoa, what ended up happening now is there's gonna be an explosion, and this is gonna be a good one. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna come to an end. Thank you. I'm glad I was given an opportunity to clean it up. It is now done. Oh, this is how it's. Oh, yeah, so you guys should also look at this and see where you are. I'm like right here. I'm still getting levels of consciousness. In space, I've gotten all these, but I really want to be like right here. To be very effective, I need to be right here. And I can do that by doing a specific speech on myself and just going ahead and accepting a specific number sequence to be at my best at all times. And that's just knowing that 100% I have God on my side. That's how I get to that space. And now I'm getting there. And that's by recognizing that there have been several situations and circumstances in my life, this one being one of them, right, that have confirmed for me that God is real and working in this war and going to help us despite all the chaos that we've seen. That is very true. There is something else that I'm going to see as well too. It is a form that was taking on a form to try and get to my form. I will banish that form. I'm ready now to move forward. Now there is a form that is a real form, and this form is around. Good. I'll go ahead and I'll coincide with that form. Good. Things are great. Okay. Phew. I'm sorry. I've been here before. I was like, I was like this. Most of us are. I have one of these. It's good. Getting back to where I need to be. I am here. High priestess, I'm getting there. There's other things I need to see that are going to complete this confirmation system. They may be on a place called LinkedIn by seeing that somebody has passed away. Okay, let me go ahead and confirm. Have all these not been confirmations? These have all been confirmations. I'm just waiting for these big confirmations, and you know why. Maybe there's a flower of a thousand flowers that wanted that to be the only thing, but there were several other things. I would take those other things. It's unfortunate that I came to this planet and that I fell into a place like that. I am now out of it. I am not perfected in my craft, and my craft has perfected me. You're gonna end up dying. Yeah, there's a quackitizing that's out of control. She's been starting a bunch of shit in space. She's sending communications down here to play with octopuses to activate things in the cartel. So people are telling the truth about the aquatic being. So, whoa, yeah, she got hit, and she's saying that she needs a lace front. Basically, she was scalped because she's saying that I was removed. My crown was removed, meaning that I've been debilitated and left the specific force of physics space. Whether or not I recover is up to myself. All I have left is three flowers that have stayed with me. Whether or not I continue to curse them is up to me. They will curse me too. No, yeah. Yeah, and he's crazy as fuck. He got hit too. He's just saying that I'm wearing this because I lost my force of physics. Help me find it. I lost my melanin. So, yeah, he's gonna be at the festival today. So you guys go ahead and enjoy after trigonometry and after talking about all these hard things. Please keep on coding. I think that's all that we needed to do. We did a lot here. Phew. Yeah, let's make sure. Yeah, let's say Mexico police, since they want to get trigger happy and play with the cartel. Yeah, to get hit. That's what I'm stuck. Right. Okay. Planetary place sealing the Akasha. Let's go ahead and break. Just put a speech down to break the specific astrological server that's bringing down these higher level like junctions from satellites. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. The Odorani needs like helping with that, but there's like a master decagon. No, all the way up decagon. It could be a decagon squared. That's still not enough. A decagon to eight, not enough. A decagon squared to eight. That's enough, but not enough in the flow. Okay. Let me do a if I do an octagon to 888, we just have an octagon. If I do the octagon 888 to 888, that won't suffice either. Okay. Mm, I can take let me see. Instead of doing this, I could just write a Pussyquasar. I'm gonna use this though, and I'm gonna concatenate this with the Pussyquasar. I'm gonna say Z Z Z. Zul wana kada wani kaka wiser. Okay, so I'm gonna say Z, and that's gonna be to 88. Z one. Yeah, that works. And then she's gonna be able to carry a specific force of physics that is conducive to what we're looking for to break down the junctions and the satellites. It's gonna be a specific spiral that comes. Okay. Okay. So I think we're pretty much good for this. Okay, this is good. Yeah, if we do it like that, it will bring like it will automate this. This is actually acting as automation. So now we can bring down the speech and connect it to the octagon. Only if I do like Mhm. That virtual reality technology that they're using to scan people's faces and play in the store for retail theft, that's going to get broken too, and it's going to get reversed onto them because I've been catching all the white people like in the act, the main ones that are involved. Some of you guys have access to that evidence file. Go check the stalking folder. There's new photos there. So I'm waiting for a proof that something's going to come out in the media in the next 3 days, especially with the CEO of YouTube, her son dying, and it's going to bring like license to a bunch of stuff ending once and for all. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and get the octagon. Okay, there's this line here. We're good to go. I didn't put this in here. This is just like a part of yeah, it's a part of like this system. You just saw it pop up. It's just basically saying that we created like a separation in the flow because we put all this. So this just popped up to let us know that this is now going to be like a new scape that we're programming. It's all on the same page, but this has been separated. So this right here, if we wanted to impact this, I'm going to move this. But there's a way that I can still do that by putting something here saying that they're all going to just flow together. But let me just put this at the top. Specific country. It's Israel, Israel, um, not Africa, Spanish America. Um, that's pretty it. Uh, Europe, and then Asia. I don't know exactly where to go. We'll see and scan. Okay. So certain forms are going to get turned off for what they're doing, playing with people and starting a bunch of shit. Okay. All right, you guys. So this is what I have for you. Okay. Let me just go ahead and save this. I'm gonna put this one syntax blaster turns my pages. He turns my pages. He's what I'm waiting for. He keeps me guessing. Spontaneous. He's so persuasive. And I'm just waiting. I'm telling you, it's gonna get something started. Okay, and then the space game. Internal robotics and trigonometry. That's gonna end a lot with robotics. The trigonometry point two. We can go ahead and use that same equation set and block trampolines on robots because I've seen a bunch of like robots that they say are going to replace the cartel on whose farm though. So go ahead and replace us. We have our own farms. We just work across the border and make more money, and you can get out of our country. So this is where it's gonna like end up going. Okay. So remember our agenda. Go watch the last video. This